And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and this is Odie. Boy, look at the places we've got. Arundel checking in, Cicalina.
Yeah. I mean, we're all over the place with Crescent Lake. Mm-hmm. Man, what a beautiful place.
It sure is. It's one of those nice, cool mornings where you maybe have a little fog coming off the water.
And some coffee sitting up. Oh, man, that'd be so good. That is a setting that is designed for my hero, Landon George, to just walk out on the porch with his feet put up with a cup of coffee, taking it easy while he's out there keeping us all safe.
I thought I overheard a conversation where you better be thinking somebody else yesterday.
Well,
I thought I heard that.
Now, I've got to give a shout out to my other good buddy there, Tommy Coker. Man, between
you feel safe,
George, Harper, and Coker, I'm telling you, we are in good shape. Man,
it's kind of like Allstate.
Yes, Allstate right there. And throw in Toby in the mix.
Boy, I'm telling you.
And this is something else. We've got an awesome sheriff's department. Tommy's out there keeping everybody straight. Harper's keeping us going and keeping us safe. And then my hero, Landon.
Y'all hang in there.
My pilot buddy. He's my flying partner.
Well, there you are. We've got Tennessee joining us. Let's see. Dalewood coming into the mix.
See, there's another one that you walk out.
Clarkdale.
Man.
We appreciate
and y'all go out and support my buddy Shane. Now, he's building the slide out there at Dalewood and does that all the time. And y'all support him. That man does a lot of work around Dalewood, making it good, and a very integral part of the Lima dive team.
There you are. All right, Odie, you got to help me. Bryant says good morning from Drip Off,
Mississippi.
Where on earth is that?
Well, it's right down the road here.
From Cut Off, Mississippi?
493. Do you know where, golly, where's that store? It's in Center Hill.
Drip Off, Mississippi?
Yeah.
I ain't never in my life.
Where's, if you're still on 493 and you go around the curve right before you get back to 495. Where
Joiners was now the Spirit Chats?
No. Back up this way.
Center Hill School
It's the
store?
old store. General store.
That's no longer there?
Well, I think the store's there, but it's closed.
You lost me there.
It's just right around the corner from the Center Hill ball team. That's Drip Off, Mississippi.
You're talking near the Woodyard.
Yes, Woodyard.
Okay.
So what's that general store there?
Hegwood.
Hegwood General Store. That is downtown Drip Off, Mississippi.
Well, I'm glad somebody finally told me after 50 years now I know.
Yeah, everybody's telling us that now.
Hey, Drip Off, how did it get that name?
Now, that's a good question. I'm not real sure.
Drip Off? Boy, it never ceases me, the things that I learned. And I've been here forever.
Well, you know Shucktown.
Yeah, I know where Shucktown is.
All right, you know how he got his name Shucktown?
I'm assuming corn.
Well, yeah. So that was your halfway point between Philadelphia and Marion back in the day where you went with buggies.
Right.
And that was the main road that everybody took, and it was like a 2-day trip to get to Meridian and buy supplies. So that was where everybody stopped at the old store. They're kind of across the street from the school. The old general store there, and they had barn and all that back in the back. And everybody would stop there and let the horses rest, and that's where they would shuck their corn.
Now we know.
Now you know.
Sheila and Mark Irby joining us from Bailey. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate y'all.
And James there rubbing it again, Barbados.
Ocean again, Springs, Carl Merchant, good morning.
Duffy, Miss Vicky out there.
Doesn't get any better there. Hey,
look at there.
Last night, and Tyson, I don't know where you were, but the Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department put up a checkpoint, Odie.
Yeah.
It's where, people, you come through and you check your driver's license, make sure everybody's all good. Cheech
right.
and Chong pulled up to the checkpoint last night. You couldn't help but notice the smoke coming out the windows, and Cheech and Chong decided it was time to exit the car and take off on foot across the pasture. Boogie there, boogie there. There we go.
They was walking thinking they was running. I said, can I see your license? It's on the bumper, man.
We have 2 people that were taken into custody last night for fleeing police on Center Hill Martin Road. This would be right near the fish house there.
Yeah.
Right along in there.
It's legal to smoke it with a medical card, but you can't operate no vehicle.
Don't be having smoke coming out the windows pulling up to a checkpoint. It usually gets their curiosity up.
Yeah, and it's got a distinct smell.
It does.
You can't get rid of it.
Boy.
So, Miss Joy, she's the one joining us from Tennessee. She said that was her aunt's store.
I'll be dog.
Or maybe she could tell us how
Drip Off Mississippi got his
how
name.
they got the name Drip Off Mississippi.
I'm assuming Vodka Valley in Kemper County got that from liquor. I'm just thinking out loud.
Hey, kind of like hot coffee, Mississippi.
Yeah. Whatever sticks.
Yeah.
I mentioned this morning on the 6:30 edition of Headlines Across America. Anheuser-Busch, as we know, all have suffered a little bit there with that team up with that Dillon guy. A few years ago, this was bought from the family that had it for years upon years, the Bush family. It started out as 2 brother-in-laws, I think, Anheuser and Bush. Maybe it was a son-in-law and father-in-law, I think, originally. The company was sold to a foreign entity, and the Bush family says, y'all messed it up, and we're willing to buy it back now to straighten out Anheuser-Busch to bring Bud Light back. Now, it may never happen, but it's worth a note there that everybody else hear about that.
I can see that. You see something that your family's built. And you sell it, okay, and I'm telling you, sometimes you kind of wish you didn't.
You're right, and they may be having that thought.
And they may be having it now, especially you see what it's going through and how they've damaged it.
How many generations was it of it? It was 100 and something, 150
5
years?
generations, I think.
And then somebody come along
that.
and...
Or maybe it was, what was the old joke? They sold it after 4 generations because you can't have a fifth of beer.
That may be. But we'll see if that's just talk or if something becomes of this. It could happen.
Yeah.
So we'll watch that closely and let you know if anything more comes of that.
Yeah.
They're telling us that y'all be ready for this grip account or that mortgage rates could go up even higher than they are now.
I don't see that stopping. I believe it's going to continue to rise. I see a lot of people, getting in trouble with this. Maybe not
Credit
so much
card
around
debt
here.
and
then your mortgage is fixing to jump up. A lot of people are sitting there. All right, now what is this going to cost me? How much is this thing going to run me? And am I going to be able to do this for 30 years?
and your note is figured to what you made.
Your nose it figured at 2%, and then all of a sudden you're going to 8%, and I don't see the end of that.
And your house note jumps $500 a month, especially if you're on a balloon floating type note.
Exactly, and then in 5 years it's going to balloon, and you're going to have to refinance that.
Let's hope something happens with this and it's straightened out. Whew.
Yeah.
That's all that we can hope for. Now, you're in emergency management. How is it that in Hawaii, the guy that is over emergency management in Hawaii never sounded the alarms? Kind of like a tornado warning sound here. He says that he felt that he done the right thing by not doing it.
Well, I'm going to get on his side just a minute, because I did go back. I saw the headline and I said I need to read up on this. And when we do our drills to help you get used to what you're doing.
Okay.
Right? You don't want to have to think about what to do during an emergency. You want to react, and the way you learn how to react is by continuously doing the same thing the right way. That way, when you have a problem, your mind already knows what to do, and you react automatically. And year after year after year, when they sound these alarms in Hawaii, they are meant for tsunamis. They're not meant for tornadoes, which we have here. They're meant for tsunamis. So tsunamis means water's fixing to rush in. You need to get to higher ground. So everybody is trained to run to the top of the mountain.
So you
That
feel
is the most dangerous place to be. And if you wake people up and freak people out, their training takes over. What they're used to takes over. And they will immediately start going at the top of a hill.
So you feel
where
like
the
he done the
fire
right thing by not?
I do.
Okay.
I don't
was curious.
I don't want to second guess him. We're still talking. I think the rate now is 110 dead.
Yes, it is.
1,300 that's unaccounted for, and they've only cleared 38% of the area that has been damaged. So.
Now, let me ask you also on the
Man.
flip side of that, although you may agree with it, do you think the rest of America will understand that? Do you?
I can see America not, but understand why.
Okay.
And then hopefully you can
But
realize why he did.
But didn't they approve the, hey, we got a nuclear bomb going off here? Do you remember that when that accidentally went off?
That was a mass notification over the phone
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
And maybe the phone was the
And,
way to have handled that. I don't
and
know.
they used radios, mass notification, TV, and internet to get that information out. The only thing they didn't do was the siren, which they used.
Okay, so they did the
siren
rest
for.
of everything.
They
Okay.
did everything else.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Thanks for
so
clearing
that
that
wasn't the
up.
only one. He used all other means of emergency notification, and that's the only one he did.
We say good morning to the big mayor of Marion, Mississippi, Larry Gill. Good morning. More coming
There
up.
we go, Big Mayor.
Hope y'all having a good day.
Your local farmer knows a good deal when he sees one. The L-Series Kubota tractor is the #1 selling compact tractor in the USA and offered at Parish Kubota with 0% financing available. Come see why we're more than a tractor store at Parish Tractor.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
That moment when you don't know the right answer to something. Miss Winnie asked us how she lost her top fan status. I have no clue.
Ooh.
I didn't know that has something to do with Facebook. I'll look at it, but I have no clue how that could have happened.
Huh.
Ooh.
That's what Austin said. He'd like to see the AAR on Maui. Fires like that had never been an issue, and that's something that we do go by. AAR is an after action report.
I'm glad you pointed that out because I was thinking AARP.
And so every time we have any kind of incident, even
back and
after a
analyze it.
fire or something like that, we have what we call hot wash, and that's everybody gets together and you talk about the good, the bad, the ugly. What could we change and what went right, what went wrong? And that's after something like that big, you go in and you do an after action report. What could we have done different?
A root cause analysis, so to speak.
Exactly. And then that will better your next response and maybe change some things. So that's something that will definitely be looked at was, would the siren have helped at all? And if it would have, let's implement that now.
There you go. Jan tells us that the top fans thing changes weekly on Facebook. I didn't know that. Learned
cool.
something. Yeah. And I wanted to address this. Brian McCary joins us there, and he's taken over
dog pound
the
there.
dog pound here in
Yeah.
Lauderdale County. And City of Meridian, we'd love to help if you want to bring a pet every so often out for everybody to see. We'd love to have you, Brian, stop by and talk about pets and things that pets are near and dear to us. And
We do dogs and cats, and my sister does the donkeys, but we don't do snakes and raccoons.
don't bring any of them.
Other than that, we're
good.
be all right.
Just keep the snakes there. You and what's his name that used to have that zoo. Y'all can have those.
That's right.
Oh, let's see. We're already 15 minutes into the hour as we begin today. We wanted to point this out. I wanted to bring up a picture because we got reports that someone had passed away in our neck of the woods yesterday.
Yeah.
And he's actually alive and well. The
And doing
coroner
good.
himself, Clayton Cobbler, hotty toddy.
You know, I wonder if Lou was happy there for a minute, or
There was another news agency in town that gave a false report on this. Most likely misread, I think it was something that I had put out that they didn't read carefully. And where I'd put out Clayton confirmed that someone was deceased in a car, and I think they read it wrong and ran with it without reading the line that he's the one that said somebody else had passed away.
yeah,
That's what
and
he does.
Push that out to a lot of numerous other news agencies.
Correct.
And I mean, we know
Accidents
this is
happen.
Like Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh used to say people use him for preparation for news stories, and that's what we're getting.
No, yeah, without a doubt.
People use us to find out what to talk about, and we don't have a problem with that.
Not at all. Just read the story.
Just read the story, and everything will be good.
As we brought up Marion, Mississippi, we want to grab your attention as we have the mayor watching us this morning. Something big, and it's going to change your lifestyle for at least 90 days. As we just pull this up in the background for you to see, this is going to be what is coming. Dale Bridge is going away. Dale Drive Bridge is starting the 23rd. And that's the bridge right there. There's East Gate, and you will not be able to cross this for at least 90 days.
Yeah, the Shriners is back this side, about where Dale Drive is written on the road,
Yeah,
back
right
there to
over
your
here.
left. So
But you can take the back road around this and come out